love when things work. Good morning. It is 11 a.m. on the 18th of July, 2025. As you can see, rather cloudy and glum here on the banks of the Ohio River. You're looking at the West Virginia side, Williamston. I'm in Marietta, Ohio. We'll take a quick tour of town and we will head to Cleveland on the former US 21, long decommissioned, replaced by Interstate 77. But I have actually, and if I actually will edit, I'll add the screenshots where I was able to find through was it the Cleveland Library or the Ohio State Library? I was searching some old libraries and found an old 1950 era road map of Ohio that maps US 21. Okay, I guess everyone stops here. But before I leave town, we'll take a little tour here of downtown Marietta. This will be the way, or this is Front Street. I gotta turn my hotspot on so that maybe go around here. I believe this street here cute little town. I have a history with this place. Back in the 80s, in my 20s up to 30, I latched on with a Domino's Pizza franchisee and rocketed through the system. It was Domino's, one of those expansion eras. They had got up to 1,000 stores when I was with them, but when I was hired, they were like at 500, and when I left, they had like 1,100. I have to turn around here, but that's all right. I'm telling stories. Get back down to the river. The Levy House. Or can I get around this way? Oh, maybe this does come around back to my hotel. So anyway, the franchisee is based out of Marietta, Ohio. So I did many a business trip from Cleveland to Marietta. I never stayed at that hotel though. It was always, the usual. A lot of times you just had the meeting. It's only like two hours on 75. Oh, okay. Catering, tacos. There was my hotel, the Lafayette. So, good to do that. And we will come back to this light, and then I'll go down to the main street again, and we will. Actually, I'll go past the hotel and hug the other river. And we'll go out that way. But the next block up to my right is actually where the state highway is. But we'll go down to I think there's a street past the parking lot, past my hotel. We can go along the other river and work our way out of town. guys with their rain gear. Saw them having breakfast in the actually quite U.S. Army Corps of Engineers there. Gotcha. Foam Garage, an extreme dance experience. So, anyway. I also had a story of when my aunt in Ohio passed away. When I was up for the funeral, at the time, my car was stolen. And so I was vehicleless. And so my aunt's old Cavalier had been buried in about 2 feet of snow. And me and my cousin dug it out. And and I bought it basically from him and started driving it to Florida. Well, I get down just north of Marietta, and the fan belt, completely brittle that it was once it warmed up to temperatures. I got all the way down to Marietta, but it snapped. I limped the car without a fan belt before the engine overheated and the battery died. I got it down here to Marietta and, and stopped at the first garage and goes, hey, and they were able to fix it that afternoon, and I was able to get back on my way to Florida. Left turn is a bridge over, and I don't want that. It'd still be in Ohio, but it crosses the other river. We are not doing that old streetcar. Do tell. Yeah, we're gonna follow along the what river did I say? I'll put it here if I'm editing. Begins with an M. Cool little riverfront park. A lot of historical markers here. Evidently, this was the capital in the late 1700s. This was the capital when Washington and Lafayette, the Northwest Territories, which is basically Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, and parts of Minnesota. Yeah, that Midwest. The place we call now the Midwest. Was starting to be settled, and Revolutionary War generals were paid in land up here, and they set up this community, and right where I was standing and sleeping, set up Marietta as the territory's first capital and base of operations. So a very historical town. Good night's sleep. Bed was very soft. This will come up and meet. I don't know if this was US 21 or any one of these probably the main street through town. But I chose to come along the river here. According to the map, this will hook right up here and then join up with said. It's currently Ohio State Route 60. But we will be making a turn onto State Route 821. Okay, it looks like there's not a left turn here, so nope. So we will do this and this up to this light and make a left turn. I would assume the state route was the old US 21. But anyway, I mapped out the towns to make sure I knew the route. Wish I had found that for West Virginia to be sure, but double checking West Virginia, the old Rand McNally the 50s era Rand McNally's, I was able to say that we were indeed on the US 21, that, you know, and that 14 was indeed, you know, the old US 21 route. So I confirmed that we were, for yesterday's video, I confirmed that I was on the correct route. And I have mapped the towns, because it got a little dicey in the middle of the state. There were a few options. There was one that follows 77, and that is, but there was another road that is the marked state highway. So really, there was some confusion, but there was a county road. It's going up into New Philadelphia. But I have marked the towns on my map, so I will be following. At least I hope I've marked the towns on. Of course, it downloaded to my G account, but of course it hasn't downloaded to the tablet yet, because why would it? Left Marietta this way. It's always on 77. Have a full tank of gas. To stop for that. I have a full mug of the old hotel had a Starbucks in it, oddly enough. Not that I'm a big Starbucks fan, but I do enjoy their vanilla chai tea latte, vanilla chai latte, and you know I love the pumpkin spice lattes in the season. So here we are, 8:21. The Ohio State route goes forward, and I think it still is, but 8:21 is old US 21. The points did go onto my tablet, bless its heart. I have no clue how long it'll take me to get to Cleveland this way. It's about 2.5 hours on 77. Probably will make one stop around the halfway mark just to break up the video. So I'll shut up, let you enjoy the ride for the people that just want road noise and don't want to listen to me talk. But before I do, thanks for riding along with me today. Like, subscribe, share, please. I'm trying to get monetized. Thank you for the 100+ subscribers I do have. I can't believe that I found 100 people on this planet that enjoy riding along with me. But if you enjoy seeing the back roads of the United States of America, I'm your guy. I like doing it. Even though traveling sometimes can be a real tiring pain. But thank you. This is the part I enjoy. I enjoy the driving part. So if you like the journey and you're not into the destination, thanks for coming along. Via 77, be a little more than that. So 180, 50. This could take up to 4 hours. If that's the case, I'll split it up 2 and 2. VW, the Wrangler Bar and Grill. Marietta, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to the Salem Township Volunteer Fire Department. Welcome to Lower Salem, Ohio. There's 30 apologies to law enforcement in Lower Salem. I thought we were back up to 45. Warner, Ohio. Going to Macburg, baby. There we go. No wonder I wasn't getting it. shot this. Maxburg. Mr. Mac approves of his burg. I have to take that. Wait a minute. Is this? It is. Wow. I have to get off the road for a second. I have to go into the village of Maxburg. It is off the road, but we'll go here on Main Street into the center of the village and then make a turn onto Broad Street, because why would a village not have a Main Street and a Broad Street? If I ever leave Florida, I know where I have to go. Mechanic Street, I must have missed. Oops. Stop except right turn. Don't know what happened there. My turn. There's Broad Street. Don't know how I missed that turn, but that's okay. That was the tour of Maxburg. Now back down across the bridge. Ooh, that is a cute little bridge. I dare say. Well, the state route, I dare say that aside from the missed turn there, this could very well have been the original 21. Because why wouldn't it go through a village? Okay. Shoot. Where'd that truck come from? There when I turned around, came out. Center City, Ohio. We love our military, don't we? Ohio. What's up, Jeff? Question mark. I'm in southern Ohio, period. I'll be at my cousin's around 5-ish. checkout time. He says as it starts raining. No mention of US 21. It's not like 66 or the Great Lincoln Highway or some of the other decommissioned roads. Usually get a little nostalgia shout out. Ohio. Yeah, they needed to put 2 signs there. Road closed a half a mile ahead. Now get to the closure and then turn around. I see a spot to turn around up there. I'll see if I can find a local street. I see it downtown. It says it's closed in homegrown sweet corn. I could turn around at the DQ. Wait a minute. It's just the main street, right? Welcome to Caldwell, Ohio. Yeah, we're not doing this. We'll just, go through town here. We'll figure it out. Now it's closed there. So all I have to do is make a since I want to see the town of Caldwell anyway. That's closed. So why don't I just go and hi, kid. Aren't you happy to see us? Let's just go around the courthouse and the town square. Maybe I should have ignored the road closed sign yesterday too. Road closed ahead. Well, I I see. I'll just go around. Paving the center of town. Really didn't warrant a sign with a big detour. I'm trying to detour me onto 77. Hell no. Walnut Street. Let's see. Okay. That's still closed, so I can't make the left, but there is an option this way. There is an option this way. Go up to, what is that? Fairground Street. Actually, I can take this all the way north to Planning Mill. Okay, the state highway. It's the highways to the left. This. Yeah, all the locals. This is the detour. There we go. Back on track. Take me to 77. How dare you? Caldwell, Ohio, everybody. Good little town. Maple Heights. There's a Maple Heights near in the Cleveland metro. I'd be confused. So there's two Maple Heights, Ohios? Terrace Edition. Florence. like a pretty good place. That parking lot was full. Valley. Yeah, they were going to make they made the official detour was out to 77. Boo. Glad I went into town. I had a feeling. And G-map was accurate there. Just did show Main Street was closed. Plenty of options around. seen many Dollar Generals, mainly because we're on this side of the Appalachians. We ain't in the South anymore. These Yankees don't have as many Dollar Generals. Can't believe I went 50 miles without seeing a Dollar General. Like we're gonna get a real rain. Darn it. I don't think it'll last long. zone. Love in Ohio when they say they have signs that tell you you're leaving the city limits, or the corporation limits, as they call it in Ohio. Corporation limits, corp limits. Welcome to Byesville. See, Intercorp. Back in the city limits. Or town limits. All right, corporation limits. Downtown, we hit some real rain. The old rain, an old train there. Coffee dance tumbling. Good Directions Driving School. North 821's a right turn, eh? Alright. Village of Byesville Museum. I might be able to make the turn here. We'll stay with it. Yep. So we'll make the turn. Tommy's Pizza. Uh-oh. That's not the way I was supposed to go. $821 ends. I was supposed to make a left there, according to my calculations. It does not follow 821 anymore. 821 ends at the freeway there. Now this is the part where I had to do research, because 821 ends at the freeway there. But this, the left turn, now we're going to be on some county roads for a while. Actually, for quite a while. Actually, the next town I have marked is Cambridge, Ohio. But this is the way the road, US 21, went into Cambridge. Ohio 209 according to my Nissan map. Byesville's actually decent sized town. do it. Take a break in Cambridge. Been in 90 minutes in on this, so I'll take a break when we get there. I can make that maybe make that an end point. Is the largest town in the southern part of Ohio, but we're gonna get to, if technically it's not in the southern part of Ohio because Walmart, because we're going to be crossing under I-70 here in just a moment, which really bisects Ohio. So we will be in northern Ohio. So really there are no large towns in southeast Ohio. Marietta might actually be the largest. Oh, Lord have mercy. Assume those are all waiting. Yeah, those are all trucks waiting. Now there's a pilot here, that's why. Crossing I-70. Up here, not that I really need to stop, but I will. And no, I'm not ready for a blizzard yet. I don't need gas, but yeah, okay. I will take a break, and since I'm like 90 minutes into this, I may have to break this up into 3. So I will thank you for riding along with me. Yeah, because starting here we're going to have a lot more towns, so it won't be, as I like to say, the road less traveled, as much as we're getting into northern Ohio and the population centers. So I enjoyed that ride through the southern Ohio countryside. Hope you did too. See you in the next video, which will be as soon as I take a body break.